Watching these three things is doing way more harm to your brain than you realize. This is backed by neuroscience, but it's still gonna ruffle some feathers. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the one that's gonna make the most people upset, reality TV. Recently, my feed has been full of nonsensical Love Island drama, and believe me, I get it. Reality TV feels like an escape from your own life and your own problems. But you don't realize that it's actually wiring your brain to create more problems in your life through this thing called mirror neurons. These neurons fire when you're watching other people's behavior, essentially making your brain practice these patterns. So when you're watching people be manipulative, toxic, dysfunctional, and create chaos for hours, guess what? Your brain is actually practicing those behaviors. You start looking for red flags and creating problems in your own life and relationships because you are unconsciously scanning for the drama that you've trained your mind to expect. Not only that, but you're subconsciously comparing your real life to these manufactured storylines designed with extreme conflict for maximum entertainment value. Next up, we have horror movies, which are even worse because your amygdala, your brain's alarm system, doesn't know the difference between real and fake threats. Every jump scare triggers your fight or flight response, your body floods with stress hormones, and the kicker is your subconscious actually stores these scenarios as if they actually happened to you. So now you're walking around with a mental library full of worst case scenarios, making you more anxious and more paranoid. And lastly, the most dangerous of them all, in my opinion, true crime. And that's because it feels educational. Believe me, I am no stranger to true crime. I grew up with a true crime fanatic mother. I slept in my parents' bed until I was 8 years old, which meant that I went to sleep hearing stories about children being kidnapped and women being murdered across the country. But if my mother had known a little bit more about the brain and neuroscience, she probably wouldn't watch it so much because of all of the aforementioned effects, but also because of this thing called the availability heuristic, which to simplify is the fact that the brain estimates probability by how easily you can recall examples. So when you've consumed hours of murder stories, you will actually start to overestimate how dangerous the world is. You trust people less, you're more suspicious, and you see threats everywhere. You're literally training your brain to expect the worst from humanity, and I won't go too far, but we can all imagine how that could negatively affect your own behavior and how you navigate the world. Look, I'm not saying you need to never watch these things again, just not in excess and definitely not before bed when your brain is in the most suggestible state. Instead, I recommend listening to affirmations or subliminal audios, which are the most powerful tool that I've used to reprogram my subconscious mind for success, love, and most importantly, safety. And if you don't know where to start with subliminals, you can check out the ones in the bundle in my bio.